The following is a special presentation produced by WBBZ-TV in partnership with the Erie County Fair, supported by the fair and their sponsors. It's time for Fair Day Live. Everything you need to know about the Erie County Fair, with interesting people, places, and events at the Hamburg Fairgrounds. With that and more surprises, here is Kim Piazza.
Welcome to Fair Day Live. I'm Kim Piazza. Thank you for joining us here on WBBZ-TV and across the country on Facebook Live. We all know the Erie County Fair has so much to do and so much to see. So what's going on today in Hamburg at the fair? Well, some of the events that you need to check out include the 4-H and FFA Dog Show today at 11 a.m. in the Showplex. Arthur Bovino and Elizabeth Licata talking buffalo food at 12:30 p.m. in the Erie County Fair Cook's Kitchen and Shop. World's largest demolition derby. That's right, the world's largest demolition derby at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. in the Buffalo.com grandstand. Final night of the Daily Flag Retreat ceremony at 6:30 p.m. excuse me, at the Slade Park Flagpole. Final night of Skylighters Fireworks, presented by WGRZ Channel 2 on your side at 9:30 p.m. Now, the fair is full of artisans, craftsmen, straight-up artists who know what they're doing in some interesting and different mediums. Today, we have a guest with us who works with glass, and I'd like to welcome Ryan Gothrup. Thank you for being here with us. So you're one of these great craftspeople who are here at the Erie County Fair, and you have something really interesting. It's a mobile glass blowing studio, and you do magnificent work.
No, thank you.
But what's so unusual about your glass blowing is that you've managed to make it mobile. So talk to our audience about glass blowing and how creating a mobile studio is so unique.
Well, fortunately, my first glassblowing teacher built glassblowing equipment, so he taught me when I was in my early 20s, which was very helpful since, you know, when you're in your early 20s, you don't have a lot of money, so being able to build something is a lot cheaper. So when I got out of graduate school at Virginia Commonwealth University, I built my first trailer, and now I have 3 of them.
So typically, someone who's blowing glass they're in a studio with an enormous kiln, and the kiln, what's the temperature in a kiln?
Our glass furnace runs at 2,100, just a little bit under.
Okay, 2,100, so you know, a little bit warm.
Yeah.
And you know, you're in a building, you've got the huge kiln, the kiln is filled with glass, everything is big and bulky and heavy and hot.
Yes.
So for you to take all of that and, oh, thank you, look at that, a glass of water. Someone knew just what I needed. For you to take all of that equipment and that hot glass and turn it into something that fits on a trailer safely and then travels state to state, that's quite a feat.
I'm not the first, but yeah.
Well, to me, that's kind of amazing. So how many years? You said you started in your 20s.
So I've been blowing glass for 21 years.
21 years. Mm-hmm. And is this your first year at the Erie County Fair? Have you been with us? First year.
First year.
And so what do you think so far?
It's great.
I'm going to drink this while you tell us
what you think. It's a great fair. Everybody's been very easy to work with, and the people have been fantastic.
Yeah, Western New York's like that. Mm-hmm. So you're doing demonstrations live. Tell us where and when your demonstrations can be found.
So we are right across from the Woodcarver building, and our demonstrations are from 2 to 8 every day of the fair.
Just throughout the day, over and over again?
We just go over and over again. You know, if you walk up and we're not working, wait about 5 minutes, we'll be working again.
And you will be. Mm-hmm. And the pieces that you're creating here in the fair are being used to raise some money to go back into the community?
Yes. The fair is using it to raise money for the Agricultural Society.
Excellent. So these pieces of art, they really are pieces of art. Well, Western New York, you can go and get a piece or two of what Ryan's creating, and then bonus, the money goes right back into the area, into the agricultural scholarships. And we have a couple of pieces back here on the table. So tell me a little bit about what we're looking at.
Well, it's a fish.
Thank you, Ryan.
Not maybe your normal colored fish. I like to get a little funky. No, that one was just kind of more a little whimsical. Sometimes I just make fish and play with the fin patterns just to make them look cool.
So, what's the process? How does a glob of glass get to here?
Well, we blow a bubble, which is the body of the fish, and then we add bits and pieces to it to make fins.
He makes it sound so simple.
Yeah.
How long does a piece like this take to create?
It only takes about 20-25 minutes.
But so when you're done, you make this gorgeous fish, and it's done. Here you go. Here's your fish. That's it?
You have to stick it into a kiln, and you have to cool it down very slowly, or it will break, pop, and even explode a little. And we don't want that.
Exploding fish?
Yes.
Okay. So there's the process of turning the glass into the sculpture, but then understanding how to carefully treat the sculpture while it cools so that you don't accidentally destroy your work.
Yes. There's a lot of science behind glass blowing, so
and that's,
we use it all the time. And
that's why you've studied for 21 plus years. And over here we've got something that people probably, you know, a glass blown vase. This is more common to see, more common to find. So tell us a little bit about what I'm holding.
It's just like a little bud vase.
How'd you get all the color in there?
Well, when we roll it in crushed up colored glass, and the hot glass will allow the colored glass to stick to it long enough that we can melt it in, and then we can twist it and manipulate it in many different ways.
That's when the fun really starts.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's signed on the bottom.
Yep.
And I don't know if you can see it at home, but there's a mark on the bottom of the vase, and this mark is actually important if you're trying to buy a piece of glass, a piece of artisan glass that's actually handmade. Tell us about this mark on the bottom.
So that's called a punty mark. That's where we attach a rod to work on the other side. So we actually blow the glass on a blowpipe, and then we transfer it to a whole nother rod to work on the side that was attached to the blowpipe. And that is the mark, the only mark that is left at the end of the process.
And this mark is not found on glass that's just been machine made.
Machine blown, yeah.
So if you're looking for a piece that's artisan made, this...
Well, also too, some artists actually smooth those marks out.
Oh, do
so
they?
if you don't see a mark, but you might see a spot where there was something done to it,
yeah,
you can kind of tell. Yeah.
Then you know. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us, and for, you know, any fishermen at home, Ryan does fish. Ryan, thank you so much for coming here and sharing with us what you do. And you got to check out glass blowing live right in front of your eyes at the Erie County Fair. We're going to go to a short break. Please stay with us.
Before settling down at the fairgrounds in Hamburg, the Erie County Fair was hosted by towns and communities all over Western New York. Which one of these three towns was not home to the Erie County Fair? A, Lancaster, B, Alden, C, East Aurora.
The best 12 days.
The best
days of summer are here.
It's the 179th Erie County Fair, August 8th through the 19th. See what we've got packed into 12 days of sensational, sizzling summer fun.
The best shows.
The best rides.
And don't forget,
the best animals.
Summertime's best food.
The best times.
Nothing says summer like the best 12 days of summer at this year's Erie County Fair.
Old Man Winter is coming. Are you ready? When it comes to your snow removal equipment, you need a dealer that does more than just sell a plow? Then it's time for you to visit General Welding and Fabricating Inc., an authorized Boss dealer. Not only can we help you choose from the best products in the snow removal industry, but we're also your go-to guys when it comes to answering all your Boss questions. This week, stop at General Welding's 10 at the Erie County Fair and take advantage of the lowest pricing of the year. Save up to $400 off any installed in-stock Boss snow removal equipment.
Choosing a bank that's the right fit for your personal or professional needs requires serious consideration. Lakeshore Savings is a local bank with big banking products and no intentions to outgrow our home in Western New York. We believe we're just the right size, and we intend to keep it that way.
Earn up to 1.5% with a qualifying balance when you open an LS Premium Money Market Savings account. Stop in or visit online to get started today.
Banking with your best interest in mind. It's how we do business.
Get the experience you've been craving at the Niagara Falls Culinary Institute. At NFCI, you'll learn the latest techniques from experienced faculty in a state-of-the-art facility. Earn a degree and gain real-life, hands-on experience with 7 programs to choose from. Develop a taste for the extraordinary at the Niagara Falls Culinary Institute, located right in the heart of Niagara Falls, New York. It's like a 5-star restaurant where every course matters. Enroll now, because this is how you make it.
One attraction here at the Erie County Fair has heads turning, literally. We have some woodworkers who are looking to break a world record right here at the Erie County Fair. John DeShulo, he has more. Take a look.
If you're near the historical building here at the Erie County Fairgrounds, the Guinness Book of World Records might just be broken with this man, Joe Gelsomino. Joe, what do we have with this wood-turning bowl?
Well, we've got it's a segmented bowl that a bunch of members from the Woodworkers Clubhouse put together. This started fall last year. A couple of guys got together, started thinking about something, talking around the shop, and next thing you know, here we are. It's 15 feet across, weighs over 7,000 pounds. Took about 2 to 3 weeks to assemble it, cutting, gluing.
We have some images of the setup. What kind of wood is being used to kind of block all this out?
A majority of the wood is spruce, and then there's a couple pieces that are a little more of a structural purpose, and we made those out of red oak.
So you constructed sort of the base, and you looked at the Guinness Book of World Records, found out that in Austria it was about 13 feet. You're going to beat that, and that wasn't that long ago. And then you came up with the idea to turn it, so that's very key to this. This is a turn wood bowl.
That is correct. So we had to, in essence, manufacture and design a custom lathe to turn something that big.
So the custom lathe is engineered with a tractor and a sort of a scaffolding structure that you and the folks from the fair and your friends from the woodworking
clubhouse. Yeah. Well, actually, the bowl was put together by members of the Woodworking Clubhouse. We're a shop where you pay a membership and use the woodworking tools. The turning structure was put together by some of the folks at the fair, the employees of the fair, and it's made up of the piping and parts that were laying around. It's a truck axle that was cut in half. There's a transmission that we're using, so we get some various gearing. Another employee said he could use his tractor for powering it because we needed some horsepower to turn it. And then there's an axle on the back, a semi-trailer axle on the back that we're rotating on.
And all of that said, you're cutting it line by line, it feels like, or image by image with that lathe, and that's on a lift.
Yeah, we use the lift obviously just for a platform to be able to get into the bowl and adjust our height.
And you're here and you're showing people how this is done. And tell us about the Woodworkers Clubhouse.
Well, we're located on Union Road in West Seneca, just south of French, and it's an ultimate wood shop for woodworkers. We have just about every tool that anybody would want to have, top-of-the-line, professional-grade equipment. People are able to pay a membership to come and use the tools. We also have classes for woodworking and supplies, woodworking supply, probably the best supply of hardwood in Western New York.
You're bringing the carpentry and the craftsmanship and the engineering all together.
That's what we're doing here at the fair today, yes.
I'm going to give you a website. It's woodworkers-clubhouse.com.
Yes, thank you, yes.
You're welcome. And so everybody's asking, of course, Joe, well, what are you going to do with it afterward? It looks terrific. Where's it going to go? What are you going to do?
It's a little big to move, so there's probably going to end up somewhere on the fair property in some capacity as either a display. We've had a lot of people that keep on coming up just to get a picture in front of it, just because of its size and the uniqueness of it. So it might just end up on the fair just like that, or it might be integrated with something.
So the old line, stay tuned and see what happens.
Exactly, stay tuned.
And if somebody is interested in crafting, exhibit that skill. Take advantage of the skills that you have as a craftsman, because you can create something that people can enjoy for a long time.
Our place, that's what we have. We have a lot of we have classes for woodworking from the absolute beginner to advanced steam bending, working with inlays. We have a whole series for ladies called Woodworkers, which is rather popular. So yeah, this is the place to go if you want, or if you are a woodworker, or you want to be a woodworker, or you want to turn a big bowl.
You do, exactly, and you can't miss it when you're here. Like I said, across from the historical building, near the beer tent. So you're kind of right in the heart of things. So you're quite an attraction, Joe. Did you ever think all of this attention would be given you?
I actually did not. I'm surprised at the unique. I guess it's because of the uniqueness of it, of the interest that people are showing. It's like, there's always people coming by taking pictures. Just look at that. So, yeah.
When would we find out whether it's really going to make the Guinness Book of World Records?
I've got to complete it. We have to finish turning it, and we probably won't do the measurements till after the fair to actually do the measurements, because we'll have to take it down, lay it flat, and do the measurements then.
All right, and maybe we'll share a Guinness when we share the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Joe, for joining us. Good luck with the wood turning bull.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Up next, some final Fair Day fun.
The best
12 days. The best.
Days of summer are here.
It's the 179th Erie County Fair, August 8th through the 19th. See what we've got packed into 12 days of sensational, sizzling summer fun.
The best shows.
The best rides.
And don't forget,
The best animals.
summertime's best food.
The best times.
Nothing says summer like the best 12 days of summer at this year's Erie County Fair.
There's a bank in our community that saves you money wherever you are. A bank where people right here answer the phone and spend time with you to answer your questions. A bank that has proudly served Western New Yorkers for more than 90 years and counting. Evans Bank. Experience a better way.
It's Erie County Fair time. Make sure you stop by the WBBZ-TV gazebo near the historical building. Make a $1 donation and spin the Wheel of Summer Fun, where everyone wins the best prizes. Your donation benefits Prevention Focus, making safe and healthy happen, with support from Bob's Pierogies, Salvatore's Pizza, Elaine's Flower Shop, Eat Right Foods, Aurora Imprints, Chef's Italian Restaurant, Fisher Price Toys, and Dave & Buster's. See you at the WBBZ-TV gazebo at the Erie County Fair. Welcome back to Fair Day Live.
Welcome back to Fair Day Live. You know, the Erie County Fair, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of work, and it's work that happens year-round here in Hamburg. And there's a team of people who come together to make this happen for all of us here in Western New York. We have a guest with us today, a special guest, who is part of the board. I'd like to welcome Bob Brunner. Hello, Bob.
Hello, Kim. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being here. And you are the chairman of the board.
I am. I have that role to play as chairman. And
what is the role of the chairman of the board? Sounds very important, Bob.
well, I lead meetings. Put it that way. We meet 12 months a year, once a month, rather. And the board's role basically is to govern, set policy, set direction of where the entire grounds is going to go, what direction. But it's really the staff that works here, from the maintenance, the marketing department, that really make this engine run year-round.
Yeah, I think it's really great that you pointed that out, because I think, you know, you come to the fair as an observer, as a visitor, and you come to enjoy the fair, and you forget how many people it takes, how many moving parts, and that the staff, from the maintenance all the way up to the board, every level of that staff is integral.
Yes, they do a terrific job. They're already planning for next year. They have a lot of great ideas, and together the staff works together really well as a team. And I like to say that the board works really well together. And when you have the board and the staff getting along well, you produce the 12 best days of summer.
And of course, you've got your new CEO, Jessica Underberg. That's so exciting. That we've a Western New York girl.
She is absolutely terrific.
She grew up at the fair.
She grew up here, and her kids are following in her footsteps. They show pigs here at the fair. They're a big part, and her family, big part in the agricultural sector of this property.
And how did you end up getting involved in the board to begin with? Now, I know you're a local business owner. Let's take a minute and talk about that.
Well, as a kid, I grew up here at the fairgrounds, coming to the fairgrounds every day. We started, our family used to picnic in Hickory Park. We couldn't afford to buy the fair food, so Grandma would always sit in the park, and we'd have to go meet with her and have sandwiches and then run the park. But one year I had asked one of the board members how I could get more involved, and it was Harry Lockwood, and he has a local business here also, and he put my name in, and I wrote a letter and said I was interested in being part of this organization, and here we sit today.
And this organization gives back to the community in a lot of ways. There are little fundraisers going on throughout the park with the artisans that go towards scholarships.
Yeah, it's a big part of what we do here. The Agricultural Society Scholarship Fund awards several kids that want to pursue their further education. We raise funds throughout the year for that.
And you're also working hard to bring kids in from areas where they're not going to have the opportunity to interact with a lot of the animals here.
Yeah, that's our Farm to Table program. We bring a lot of inner city schools. We bus them in and let them learn about agriculture. That is our mission statement. That is really what we're all about here, is the agriculture. And it's really neat to see kids interacting in our Farm to Table program. And it's credit to the girls and the guys on the staff that head that department.
And of course the fairgrounds, they're open year-round. There's more to the Erie County Fair than just the Erie County Fair.
There is. And again, I keep on saying staff, it really, none of this happens without them. They do such a great job promoting and organizing and working our Festival of Lights that we have every year. Again, our Farm to Table program. The agricultural side of it, there's events going on, I believe, and I don't want to speak here, 46 weeks a year. Wow. There's some type of agricultural show that's going on here at the fairgrounds. So it's something that...
on the board, you're part of making all of that all year long.
It is, yes, yes.
And so you're a local businessman. What's your business? Bob, what's your business?
J.P. Fitzgerald's restaurant.
Okay.
That's not too far from the fairgrounds here.
Right here in Hamburg.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming and sitting with us and talking to us about, you know, the fair and all the fair has to offer to our community, which is so much. And WBBZ, we've enjoyed being here for Fair Day Live every morning. It's really a pleasure to go out into the grounds and have the opportunity to speak one-on-one with the artisans that you bring in and the 4-H kids who are just so excited to be here with their animals and with their crafts. So we're going to take a little bit of time here and look back at the past few days of Fair Day Live and check out some of the highlights. So let's have some fun to see what we did, who we met, and we're looking forward to next year as well. Thank you so much, Bob. Let's take a look.
best
12 days. The best
days of summer are here.
It's the 179th Erie County Fair, August 8th through the 19th. See what we've got packed into 12 days of sensational, sizzling summer fun.
The best shows.
The best rides.
And don't forget,
the best animals.
Summertime's best food.
The best times.
Nothing says summer like the best 12 days of summer at this year's Erie County Fair.
Discover a world of magic and wonder, where you can imagine all sorts of new adventures and endless possibilities, where you can find what you need for everything, from late-night soothing snuggles to meeting a new best friend. Come to Fisher-Price. There's always fun in store.
Eat quality, save money. Eat fresh, save time. Eat right. Eat Right Foods, Buffalo's premier meal prep service. Order today at eatrightfoods716.com.
Looking for a fun night out? Grab your friends and join the chefs at the Niagara Falls Culinary Institute to create new and amazing dishes in hands-on classes. In each class, you'll receive personalized attention from our chef and learn kitchen tips that you'll use every time you cook. After preparation, there'll be time to enjoy the meal you just created. Check out our course schedule online at nfculinary.org.
Remember to check out all of today's Fair Day fun. 4-H and FFA Dog Show today at 11 a.m. in the Showplex. Arthur Bovino and Elizabeth Licata talking buffalo food at 12:30 p.m. in the Erie County Fair Cook's Kitchen and Shop. The world's largest demolition derby at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. in the Buffalo.com grandstand. Final night of the Daily Flag Retreat ceremony at 6:30 p.m. at Slate Park at the Slate Park flagpole. Final night of Skylighters Fireworks presented by WGRZ Channel 2 on your side at 9:30 p.m.
Again, we'd like to thank you and WBBZ for being part of the Erie County Fairgrounds. We really appreciate you guys being part of us.
We sure enjoy coming and being a part of the Erie County Fair. So thank you for having us. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next year. Have a great rest of the fair.
The preceding presentation was produced by WBBZ-TV in partnership with the Erie County Fair, who paid a production fee for the program with sponsor support.